I've been away from my dog for quite a while. That helped. Being in the ocean on the drugs. She's Bridget. I think it was in my late 20s, and someone mentioned that they were going to be making this film about this wonderful character, and would I like to, read it and go and meet some people? And I said, okay.
Was it love at first reading?
Oh, 100%. Oh, yes, absolutely. I mean, but like everybody who read it, you wouldn't know. You weren't born. But back then...
I wasn't born.
No, you weren't born. But yeah, immediately, you recognize yourself in this character. I think that's one of the things that's, it's the magic of Bridget Jones, isn't it?
How bad did you want this role? I know that you had to do a lot of things. You even had to intern a real publishing agency. Was it a good experience or? Oh,
yeah. Oh, gosh, it was incredible. Who would ever have occasion to get to go and do that? An internship at the publishers, One of the most special things about this job is the work you get to do, the research, the things that you get to learn because you have to in order to authenticate the experience as best you can. I guess when you talk about how bad did I want the role, I was intrigued and I was excited and I was curious because I had never done anything like it before, so I didn't know if it was going to work,
Could you imagine that it will have this impact? It's pop culture now. Did you know back then?
Oh, no. It was a really insular and quiet experience. I was just thinking about not disappointing the folks on set and Helen and, Sharon, the director, and, all the people that had given me the opportunity. It was more about that, about doing my job, with Barbara Berkery, who was my dialect coach at the time. She was very strict with me. Thank you, Barbara.
Do you still have it? Sometimes the British accent?
Sometimes. More the vocabulary, the words spill over into,
And I was wondering, because so much has changed since the first movie in 2001.
Yeah.
But do you still feel like Bridget sometimes?
Yeah, all the time. Especially on days like this, when the camera's rolling.
Okay.
100%.
I wanted to talk about the first scene that really marked me on the first film. Is the one on All By Myself.
All by myself.
How did it work on set?
Well, I remember I went over to England in, I think, January, and we started to film in April.
Okay.
So I'd been there for a while, and we were a while into the shoot, so we were well into, late spring, early summer. And so I've been away from my dog for quite a while, and so I think that, that helped.
You were thinking about the dog.
Yeah. But what I love about this character is imagining what about her makes me laugh. If I were to, or if I were in that experience, what would make me laugh? And that comes into play, I was thinking about that. And also, did a little research to watch the actual real performance of it, because when we go around our houses singing out loud to ourselves, we're emulating the rock star or whoever it might be. So pulled a little bit of, from Celine, and that's it, really.
When did you learn that you had the opportunity to share the set with Hugh and Colin?
Oh, wow. Yeah, that was, I was new, and these guys I've been a fan, I'd watched their films and their work in America when I was in university. I lived in a dormitory that was on top of a kind of a shopping center, and there was an art house theater inside. And I would watch these independent films that came from England and, foreign films. And I remember Morris and Impromptu and maybe Pride and Prejudice. I was a fan. So I was a little speechless, and, they're not thinking about, what I might think of them. We're just working together, They make it really easy. And they were both really kind, generous with me.
Then there's the second movie that happens 3 years after that. I mean, the second one is also special because there's a shooting in Thailand.
Such
Lovely colours. Beautiful Bridget. Beautiful Bridget.
For me, my favorite scene from all the franchise.
Oh, no kidding. I remember, God, being in the ocean on the drugs.
I mean, not many people have. Maybe some.
I don't know. It made me laugh. Oh, all of it. It makes me laugh. I think back on it and what fun it is to imagine what it might look like, find the moments that would make me laugh. I don't know. So much fun. Oh, yeah. Thank you for telling me that.
What's your favorite scene of all the friendships? If you have one.
Oh, that's really hard. I can tell you from, just in an overview from, not so much from the scene, but from a personal experience of the scenes. Maybe the first days that we were filming together as a cast in the first film. And without spoiling anything, the little celebrations with all of the cast in this latest film, sharing those moments, that's really special.
Yeah. And then there's the third movie happening 12 years later after the second one.
Hadn't exactly been put out to grass. Ding dong.
Was it easy for you to channel back Bridget Jones?
Well, it's always a process of rediscovery. Who might she be in this chapter of her life as she's grown and changed, and how has she changed and how has she not changed? And also, yes, she is kind of part of my life because, out in the world, I meet people and they share their own Bridget Jones experiences with me. And that's really special, So she never feels like she goes away to me. But I'm glad for the time in between. It's interesting because it's fun that there's a character that is relatable throughout a lifetime because her experiences are being chronicled in real time, It's really unusual.
On this third film, we also have a new character joining the band.
That's exactly why I didn't wear my heels.
Ding fucking dong.
May I?
He's so much fun. He was hilarious. He would be gone one weekend and come back and he's won some race in Japan,
Yeah.
You're really good at that.
And then there's this fourth movie. I was surprised by the emotion. I mean, it's goofy. But then I started crying. I was like, what's happening here?
Yeah. Well, I just think it's an authentic sort of representation of where she is in that moment. Sort of an inevitability as you go forward in life that you understand these circumstances, what hangs in the balance in terms of how your choices affect other people in your life, your children, and grief and loss and coming to terms with loss and trying to find a way forward, So I think it would be inauthentic if it didn't include some substantive exploration of those themes, The way that she's written and presented and the way that she's come to life, she reflects people's humanity, and people's experiences. So I like whatever it is that makes people feel connected and whatever it is that they find inspirational in her.
Yeah, we should all have a Bridget in our life.
Yeah. Well, we do. So.
I mean, I don't know if it's a spoiler, but we have a lot of familiar faces coming back.
It's very familiar and comfortable and really meaningful, because in these 25 years of experiences playing fictional characters, there's real friendship that's built there. Because things that you have to do on a film set, you make fast friends anyway. The schedule is funny. The things that go wrong are funny. The weather is funny. The things you're pretending aren't happening all around you. The controlled chaos is funny. Storms when it's meant to be sunny, so you're pretending, always. And it's challenging, and you depend on each other in a big way. So the friendships are real, and caring about what's happening in everyone's lives and now children and catching up on all of these things. It's a very special experience.
What do you hope is next for her? What do you expect for her?
I don't know. I mean, I've been told that maybe that's it, but I hope not. I hope that Helen gets a spark and that she's inspired by a moment in her life that she finds comical and wants to share, you know, I hope. We'll see.
Because you never feel like it's done with her.
Like life, you know?
Yeah.
Konbini!